This episode of Another Great Day is brought to you by Birdhouses. Practical for most birds. It's Friday, March 22nd, 2024. I'm Aaron, and this is my bird-like co-host, Chris. You know what, Chris? I got just a house for you. I was thinking about this fake sponsor. You know, we make a lot of money off these fake sponsors. And I was thinking about this. What if you had to make a birdhouse for every bird? Like ostriches, emus, peregrine falcons, golden eagles, birdman.
All right, you ready?
I'm just saying birds.
Here are birds in our backyard.
Oh.
That's right, we're going to play it right now.
And now, birds in my backyard with Chris Taylor.
All right, this is the actual recording.
This is like the Bob Ross of birds.
That's right. Everybody listen.
And here we go.
That's a northern mockingbird, northern cardinal, Carolina wren, northern cardinal. Look at that. This is what is happening Saturday morning. Mockingbird. Now here's the deal. How do you know when a mockingbird is not the thing it's mocking? Does the app have a magic thing where it's like, that mockingbird sound is different from the thing it was also reproducing?
Depends on how good the mockingbird is.
I want an ornithologist to tell me the truth.
Come on in, Dr. Birdenstein.
I'm not sure I can handle it. But
Hello, boys. It is I, Dr. Birdenstein.
does the northern mockingbird make the exact same tone as the other birds?
Chris, I'm very glad you asked that. Hold on, let me grab my monocle. Yes. The mockingbird often makes a precursory chirp that sets itself apart. And it sounds a little something like this.
Mock, yeah. Ing, yeah. Bird, yeah.
And that will do it. Goodbye, boys.
Wow.
Goodbye, Dr. Birdenstein. What a treat. We just happen to have an ornithologist or whatever in our midst.
Ornithologist.
I messed that one up.
That's all right.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's Friday, and it's another great day. We're so glad you're here on the podcast designed to encourage all the feelings.
So my goal is at the beginning, we have a podcast written.
Yeah.
And my goal is to immediately start taking the wheels off as soon as we start rolling. That is my intention.
It's instant. He's a Tusken Raider trying to shoot out the tires of the Jawa tank thingy. Carting all the junk around. All right, well, welcome to our Friday show. We actually don't have a Friday bit this week, so we're going to jump right up off the high dive into This Day in History. Splash. So yesterday, we did backwards song lyrics, and Chris talked about a certain vehicle that he remembers being in, listening to.
That's true.
This is the story of a girl. And that was called the
Hummer.
That's right. On March 22nd, 1983, the Pentagon awards a production contract worth more than $1 billion with a B to AM General Corporation to develop 55,000 high-mobility, multi-purpose wheeled vehicles, nicknamed the Humvee.
Wait. Yeah, it says there, high mobility, multi-purpose wheeled HMMWV. The Humvee.
Yep. Yeah, it was designed to transport troops and cargo. It was super wide and rugged, and it entered the spotlight and used by the American military during the 1989 invasion of Panama and the Persian Gulf War in the early 1990s. You've probably seen these in movies. They're out exploring in the desert or in a rocky crevasse. It's that really wide-looking, almost looks like a tank, but it's a really wide car.
You're right, it does.
And in 1992, a civilian version of the Humvee known as the Hummer went on sale. This is the one that I'm used to. A friend of mine, his dad was an archaeologist, and he drove a purple Hummer, and he took me to school one time in it.
Whoa. Yep. What was it like?
Well, it was really big. You got inside, and there was a lot of space.
Did it have regular seats, or were they like
It had
kind
bucket seats.
Oh, so they were kind of soft, regular seats.
Yeah,
they
so
weren't like plastic or metal, like military.
Just since this was the civilian style, it was just normal leather bucket seats. It weighed 8,000 pounds and got less than 10 miles per gallon.
Wow.
Yeah, people like Arnold Schwarzenegger owned like fleets of Hummers.
Oh man.
Yeah, in 1999, when the economy was strong, and gas prices were relatively low, General Motors purchased the rights from AM General to market and distribute the Hummer. And in 2002, the Hummer H2, which was only 6,000 pounds, debuted. And then gas prices shot up like crazy, and the Humvee company went out of business. But it's back now, and now it's all electric. Did you know that?
I saw that.
And the wheels can turn like almost 90 degrees.
All four of them,
yeah,
right?
all four of them. It can do it's called a crab walk. So it can like navigate really weird areas.
That makes me think of a movie from the 90s where people are leaving, the movie is ending, and they're leaving Las Vegas. And there's a mom, dad, daughter, and a son, all in 4 vehicles that they won at the lottery, Las Vegas, whatever.
What?
And one of them is a Hummer. And they're doing this like crisscross motion that must have hired like stunt drivers to do this thing on the highway.
That's
leaving
awesome.
Las Vegas.
Leaving Las Vegas.
Is that a song?
No, it's Viva Las Vegas.
Okay. It's like, I don't think that's all right though.
But that's really it. So if you ever see a Hummer, and I was telling Chris earlier, I said the Hummer back in the 90s was a lot like the Cybertruck is today.
Oh, yeah.
When you saw one on the road, it caused you to do like a double take. You're like, what is that? Because it's so unusual.
we were in traffic Saturday, and it was 6:00, raining, and I felt like I was in the video game Cyberpunk 77 or whatever that game is.
Yeah.
Because the Cybertruck pulled up beside us, and we were in traffic, and there were red lights everywhere, like the brake lights, and it was
so cool.
And it was a flat black Cybertruck, and it had rain falling down the side of it, so the red lights were glinting off every little corner and stuff.
Man.
And it had the long, one thin line across the back. It's only like 3 angles on the whole vehicle.
Just not a practical truck, but really cool.
It's very weird.
It's really weird.
What was funny is I took a photo of it because like, hey, this is kind of a cool shot, all this light and stuff. The car in front of me, who was right beside the truck, also was taking a photo. Some guy was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, imagine
get the cell phone out, click, click.
The driver's just like,
we were all sitting there in traffic waiting. You're like, what else are we going to do?
Mundane, yeah. I love that. Well, Chris, that'll do it for this day in history, and lead us on to the discussion question of the day. Yep, you hear that noise? That means we're about to ask you a question. We're going to encourage you to pause the show after it and discuss it with those around you. If you dare.
Can you do it?
Can you dig it? We can dig it. All right. Chris, you kind of came up with this question. Do you want to ask it?
Let's do it.
All right.
Where do you go when you need some time alone to think or to pray or to just be alone?
That's a good question. We'll pause the show, discuss this, and we'll be right back with our answers. Chris, I have a place that I like to go.
Where do you go? To Kokomo?
It's a way down to Kokomo. I did not expect that. That's delightful. Thank you. No, I go right around the corner there into my office / guest room. I have a little table set up facing the window, and I got my Bible, my journal, and a pen, and a lamp. And that's all I need. Those things.
This lamp.
Just this lamp. And I like to go in there and I like to read. It like helps me separate and compartmentalize myself. To be like, okay, this is my space. My protected.
Interesting.
I don't do anything else on that desk. I don't do anything else on that desk except for read.
Interesting. I don't have a great place for this. I'm going to admit I should find a good place. Sometimes it's in the little extra room office I have. Also, we have a one recliner-ish chair downstairs that I sit in, and I'll in the mornings like read the Bible or read words or read books. Other times when it's fantastic weather outside, I just go sit on the back porch.
You have some excellent back porch areas.
Yeah, it's so I don't have solid one place, but there are places in my home that I can be alone, and it's nice. So I do have something. Geneva, my daughter, we have... Okay, it's a long story. We'll make it short.
Okay.
We have a 2-story house. There are stairs. There is a space beneath the stairs, similar to like Harry Potter's little closet, but it's not that big. It's just like 3 by 3 by 4 depth, and a little hole under the stairs that we have finished out with wood and walls. And it's a little hideout. It used to be a kennel for a dog a long time ago with a door on it. We'd put the dog in there at night, but long since then we've taken the door off, and it's just a little place for hangout and fun and toys and things for child, Geneva. Mm-hmm. And sometimes she will go there and to cool off or to hang out or be quiet or whatever she needs to do. Sometimes she goes there. I was like, this is a very unique place because I do not fit in there very well.
Oh,
I
man.
can fit in there.
Stresses me out to think about getting
in fact,
in there.
I remember, this is not the question at all, but one day, this is right, we're going to go here. One day, all
and now,
the cousins...
Small Spaces with Chris Taylor.
All the cousins were over, and maybe your kids. I think every child in my friends groups, like 7, 10 of them, I don't know what they are. So many kids. And maybe some adults, too.
I think Denise got in
Denise, yeah. All in this one little hole. I was like, it's like the slug bug cram them in kind of situation.
Like clown car.
Get in the phone booth, everybody get in. It was that. Anyway, it was just a funny laughing. Everybody was laughing. It was a great moment.
That was a silly time. I like that.
Remembering fun times.
Indeed. Well, speaking of fun times, Chris, I think it's that other fun time of our show. The dad joke portion of the week. Yeah. Okay. So, it's Friday. We're feeling crazy, so here's a joke. Here's a joke for you.
Oh, Hank.
Sorry. Did you hear about the surgeon who enjoyed performing quick surgeries on insects? He did one on the fly.
On the fly.
And that is a joke. And you know what's better than that joke? Almost anything.
We're going to turn our attention to the words of the gospel.
Yes.
The story of the capital H hero.
The story of the hero. The true hero. All right, Mark chapter 1, verses 35 through 45. And if you're just joining us, we've been walking through the Gospel of Mark, which is a true historical story. Not a recommendation, it is true. And it goes a little something like this.
Yep, this is 35 to 45. We're going to read. It says, at the beginning, this very early, in the middle of the night, actually, Jesus got up and went out to a lonely place and prayed. Simon and those with him followed. When they found him, they said, "Everyone is looking for you." "Let's go off to the other towns around here," Jesus replied, "so that I can tell the news to the people there too. That's why I came out." So he went to their synagogues throughout the whole of Galilee, telling the news and casting out unclean spirits. And a man with a virulent skin disease came up to him. He knelt down and begged to him, "If you want to," he's talking to Jesus, "if you want to, you can make me clean." Jesus was deeply moved. That sentence right there, sorry, I'm going to pause. I feel like that's how Jesus feels when we come to him.
He appreciates it.
Jesus was deeply moved.
It affects him.
He reached out his hand and touched him and said, "I do want to," because the man asked, "If you want to, you can make me clean." And Jesus says, "I do want to. Be clean."
Nice. The disease left him at once, and he was clean. Jesus sent him away at once with this stern warning. "Mind you, don't say anything to anyone. Just go and show yourself to the priest, and make the offering Moses commanded, to purify yourself and to give them a sign." But the man went out and began to spread the news far and wide. He did this so effectively that Jesus couldn't any longer go publicly into a town. He stayed out in the open country, and people came to him from all around.
Wow.
That guy is an underrated evangelist.
There was a commentary about why Jesus said, go straight to the temple and don't tell anybody except the priest, and then make a sacrifice for yourself like Moses commanded. So the commentary was, try to follow the rules of the law that we have set down so far so that it doesn't look like I, Jesus, am trying to go around the law. I am not here to just say the law is gone. I'm here to fulfill the law.
He did not come to abolish the law. He came to fulfill the law.
Yes, so he was saying to this guy, try to go by the rules we have set in place currently, because I am not here to break those rules. I'm here to complete it.
Gotcha. So if the law was a pitcher, he was trying to fill it up with water, not smash it into a million pieces.
That's right.
I like that. All right, Chris. Well, I say let's hit the music and call it a week. It's been a great week, Chris. Our mission here on Another Great Day podcast is to encourage interaction, creativity, and we sure do hope you're having some conversations.
That's right. If you like this, have a conversation with somebody. That's right. If you like the podcast, conversate, interact, and create.
Tell an ornithologist.
Yeah, go find a bird person. Wait.
Half man, half bird.
No, that's not what I meant. I met a bird ornithologist recently, actually. He goes to McKinney and works at a university or something, or ornithology institute. I don't know.
Wow.
Some kind of preserve for birds.
A bird preserve? Does he work at the Herd Museum?
Maybe. I don't know.
Interesting. All right, anyways. Well, thanks for sharing the show. Help us beat the internet. But, Chris...
Most importantly, I hope that you make it
another
great
day! We'll see you next week.
Our life depends upon it.
Woo!